We're here today with an Olympic hopeful, Mr. Nic Moschetti, and Nic has high dreams, and we are just so proud as a company to be supporting those dreams and be a part of it. So, Nic, if I could, let's start things kind of from the back, and then we'll move forward a little bit. So, number one, what are you doing here at SHOT Show? Why are you here?
So I'm here, first off, with you guys here at Allen. I've been able to partner with you guys as a Broomfield hometown company and get to represent you guys and have you guys help me out. But I'm also here because this is such an incredible place to seek partnerships and sponsors with the industry's finest. So I've been browsing the show floor, talking to companies and seeing what all I can make for partnerships and see who all can help me and I can help them in the future as I move forward in my international excellence.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And so before we get started, I think up front I want to make sure and let everyone that's here and our audience know that how do they contact you socially? How do they get in touch with Nic Moschetti to help your dream?
So I'm most active on Instagram. I would say that's where I have the biggest presence on social media, and you can follow me at Nic_Moschetti25. I also have a Twitter, I believe it has the same handle, and on Facebook as well. Pretty active on all of them, but socially, Instagram is where I spend a lot of my time.
Okay, fantastic. So for us, I mean, give us kind of a summary here. How did you get started in the shooting world? What was your path like from start to then today?
So there's not a clear path is the hard part, but for me, I grew up playing baseball and football. Suffered a couple injuries in both of them, but I always was outdoors with my dad. I started shooting a BB gun when I was 3 years old. Everybody criticized my dad that I was just too young, but I was safe with it, so it was okay. But I actually spent my 12th birthday on the Sporting Clays range with my 3 best friends and my dad, because that's just what I love to do. I wanted to be outside. I wanted to be shooting a gun. And a Beretta representative by the name of Chris Dorsey asked me what team I had shot for.
And I know Chris.
Yeah,
okay.
Great guy. So, and I had looked at him, a little 12-year-old Nick, and I was like, there's no such thing as competitive shooting. I don't know what you're talking about. And he was like, no, you gotta look into it, get involved in 4-H or SCTP, and you can start competing in this. So I was hooked instantly. I had to look into it. That night I actually found my way onto the 4-H website, and I got involved in my local chapter up in Longmont, actually, so close to Broomfield. And I've progressed through 4-H, had tons of success, won a national championship in 4-H, and that then fed me into the other organization that Chris talked about, the Scholastic Clays Target Program, which is another feeder organization that emphasizes school and shooting, which I think is incredibly important, but it was also my pipeline into the USA shooting side of things, the most elite level of shooting, where now I compete every year with the country's best and the world's best, both here domestically and internationally, and I get to fulfill my dream of doing what I love every day and training towards that ultimate goal of going to the Olympics.
Sure, and that's a neat story. What kind of strikes me a little bit about that is that that's not maybe so uncommon in terms of the start.
Yeah.
From any one of us that are walking up and down the aisles here at SHOT Show, and so that's what's so neat about the story is that it's fairly common in its base level and its roots, but then you're just such a phenomenal shooter and athlete that's where the big difference is. But many of these people walking around here today, very similar experiences. That's a neat story.